So welcome back to IGCSE ICT paper. We will be doing paper 3-2 for May-June 2023. We will be starting with the first task. First task usually starts with website authoring. So let's start with the first task. It says you have supplied with the following source files. So those are the files that we are going to be having it. Let's go ahead and start to open these files. It's going to be in 3-2. So right click and try to always extract these files. And as we can see over here, the files. Okay, task number 1, evidence document, create a new word process document. So make sure your name, candidate number will appear on every single page, and save this document as this name followed with your center number and candidate number. I'm just going to copy this name. And then let's go and create one new spreadsheet. And that's going to be, sorry, not spreadsheet, I mean Word document. And that's going to be our evidence file. I'm just going to change it to your related center number and then your candidate number. We're going to put the name, center number, and candidate number on every single part. They didn't mention where exactly, top or, I mean in the header or footer, so I'm just going to put it in the header. The center number and the candidate number. After that, you will use this as an evidence document for during your examination. So let's start with the first task of image editing and file management. Create a new folder called DAS and locate the following files inside them. So I'm just going to put it over here. So let's create, right click, or with the shortcut Control Shift and N, or right click and select a new folder and name it DAS. And let's move the following picture. It's a bit chaos here. Okay, I'm going to put this HTML file and this CSS file. So how many? We have one HTML file. Let's move it. And then one CSS file. And then we have banner. We have elf1 and elephant. So elf1 and the elephant image. Monkey. And then we have a text file. Yes, this one. We have tiger. Two tiger images. One JPEG and okay, this is a video. So this one. And another tiger picture. Let me just make sure the points are the same. So I have the banner. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have also 9 files here. And if you compare them, they're the same as exactly over here. Okay, let's get back again and open this tiger JPEG file. In a graphics package, it could be Photoshop or it could be any image editor, and edit the image by rotating it 180 degree, reflecting it and flipping it. So let me see what I can do just by opening the image. So it is tiger JPEG file. So this is the tiger JPEG file. So first thing, I need to rotate it 180 degree. That's the first point. So let's try to do it. First thing, 180 degrees. So from here, you can see you have the rotation. That's 90 and this is 180 degree. That's the first point. Reflecting or flipping it horizontally so that the tire on the left, also the tire will be on the left. So let me see. Okay, this tire is supposed to come onto the left side. So let me see here if I have that option of rotating the image. I guess so, we have it over here, or just simply you can also do it on Photoshop. So okay, over here we have the flipping. Okay, you can see right now it is on the opposite side, and that's one thing. So cropping it to remove the most of the tire but none of the tiger. So they're asking us to crop it to remove most of the tire, but don't touch the tiger. Okay, so to crop it, Let me go right now to cropping. And here you have the cropping part, as you can see here. And if possible, don't touch the tiger. Okay, that sounds a bit better. Okay, we're done with this. So cropping it to remove everything above the tiger's ears. Cropping everything above the tiger's ears. Okay, from above. So we're done with this. Resizing it so that the image is 1000 pixels in height, but without changing the aspect ratio. Okay, so we have to maintain the aspect ratio. So let me resize it. Do I need to save it first? Almost here. Okay, let me just save it. And then let's go and try to resize it. Okay, resize images here. So I need it to be 1000 for height. So I guess here the aspect ratio is maintained. So I need to make it 1000 height. And you can see the aspect ratio is maintained. Okay. It's going to ask me to save it. Anyway, I'm just going to save it for a while here. Or just let me save it here. Okay. After that, cropping it to remove the right side so that the image is 500 pixel wide by 1000 pixel height. Okay, so let's remove the right side. Right now the height is already 1000, so let me see what I can do right now. It didn't save it as 1000. Okay. I guess I'm just going to go to Photoshop. It's much accurate there, so just let me take it to Photoshop. So I'm going to repeat the same points in Photoshop, but what I checked, the image that I saved it is already in height, already 1000. So anyway, just let me remove it and let me redo all the steps again in Photoshop. I'm just going to take that tiger image and open it into Photoshop. Okay, so first point we need to do is rotating it 180 degree. That's pretty simple. So you need to go to image or edit. Wait a minute, here in image and image rotation 180 degree. That's the first point. Reflecting it or flipping it horizontally so the tire will be on the left side. This one would be on this side. Okay. So I need to go back again to image rotation and flip it horizontally. That's the second point. Cropping it to remove most of the tire, none of the tiger. Again, for the cropping, we have the cropping tool here. So let's go and crop it. What I like about Photoshop, you can see here that the percentage or the width and the height will be visible whenever you're cropping. So just remove most of the tire without touching the tiger. Fair enough. And the next point is cropping it to remove everything above the tiger's ears. So from above. Okay, the next point is resizing it so that the image is 1000 pixel high without changing the aspect ratio. So far, let me fix this one, crop it. Okay, right now let's go to the image. And the image size, over here you will get this window, and set it to 1000 pixel height. The great thing here, you have the aspect ratio, you can open it, you can lock it, or you cannot maintain it. I need it to be maintained, and I need the height to be 1000. Let me just make sure one more time again. Image size. Okay, the width is changing as well. So, all right, the width also changing. So that means the aspect ratio is maintained. After that, crop it to remove the right side. So the image is 500 pixel and 1000 height. It's anyway 1000 height. So just click and save it. We're done with this point. And right now we need to crop the right side. So we keep the image to be 500 width. Go right now to the cropping tool. And here the great thing is, see, you will be able to see the measurement. So it's anyway already 1000 height. I just need to make sure that it is. If you're having very slight differences, issues, so what you can do, try to zoom it, Control and plus. That's going to make it very easier for you to control this small measurement, like this. Perfect. Control and minus, and press enter after that, and we got our image ready. So we're done, done. Save this new image in your TAS folder in a PNG format using the file name tire followed with your candidate number and only candidate number. Okay. So let me go back again, file, save as, and my candidate number, let's assume it is this number, and don't forget to choose that it is a PNG format over here, and just click on save, and whatever options you're going to get, just by default click on it, just leave it as it is and click on. Okay, we're supposed to get our image over here. We got our image, and as you can see, the size is 1500 width. After that, display the content of your TS folders. So the contents, not only specific folder, but all the contents, showing the folder name, all the file names, file extensions, and the dimension and the file sizes. So many important points here. So as you can see, always whenever it is in this design, make sure that first of all it is in style. Second point, always go to show in here in view and then show, and make sure this file name extension is ticked. We need to see the whole content. We need to see also the folder name. As you can see here, the folder names over here. We need to see all the files names as well. This one, where is it? This one is the file name in type. And then we need to find the extensions, as I mentioned previously. Make sure extensions are visible, and dimensions and file size. Dimension is mentioned over here, file size is here. In case dimension is not showing, right click and take over the dimension. If you cannot find it, just go to more and take over the dimension, and it should appear over here. Take a screen capture of this folder and place it in the evidence document. Okay. I'm just going to take it with that upper point like this. Make sure that at least the path is showing here. It's not a must, but I prefer to put it. And then let's write down the step, starting with the step number. So that's step 1, evidence. Okay, great. Let's go to the next point. Let me prepare for the next evidence. Okay, here. Okay. So let's start right now with a web page. So task 3 with a web page, you're going to create a web page and style sheet to promote the Tower Animal Sanctuary. The web page and the style sheet must work in any browser. All colors. All color codes are in hexadecimal. That's an important point. And any new color codes must be also in hexadecimal. That means all the colors must be displayed in hexadecimal. Make sure that your style sheet contains no HTML. That's an important point as well. And make sure your HTML and style sheet as efficient as possible. Create in your TAS folder a web page called TAS HTML. So let's go and start to create. Still, I'm going to use Dreamweaver 2018. So let me open the Dreamweaver 2018. And let's go to File, New File, and click on HTML. For this point, I need to make sure that it is saved as in my work area. That's not my file. Here is my work area inside TAS, and as it mentioned, it needs to be TAS HTML without L. Okay, over here we got it. And then let's start right now. Let me just put it next to it. So create this folder and this file, and then this web page must be created using a single table and work in all browsers. The table must fit 80% of the browser window, and the table must have a structure as shown in the diagram. Okay, to do this, so first of all, you need to place your cursor in the body. If you place it somewhere else, the table is going to be placed there and it won't be visible here. So make sure first of all it is placed in the body over here, and then go to insert, and you can choose the HTML and choose the table from here. Over here, you're going to find it. Okay, the first point is you need to check how many rows do we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the sub rows, count them. So totally we have 4 sub rows, and we have 3 columns. Calculate all the sub columns. 3 sub columns. And then here we need to mention that the table width is going to be in percentage, which is mentioned over here, around 80% of the browser window. So make it into percentage and then put it just 80. The border thickness, they haven't mentioned about it anything, so I'm just going to leave it 1 so it will be visible to work on it. Okay, each table cell is identified with a letter. Some dimensions are shown as well. You can see here the cell content shown in the diagram must not appear. Okay, that's clear. And the table border must not appear in the final page. So I'm just going to keep it temporary for right now. Later I'm going to remove it and keep it 0. Click on OK right now. Okay, we got it. Let's try to customize it to look like this. So that means the first row, the whole first row is supposed to be merged. Here, in case you're using Dreamweaver and you cannot select over the table, make sure that yours, this one, is shown selected as design. It is not live. In case it is live, you won't be able to select, so make sure it is design. And then go and highlight it, right click, and click on table and merge those cells. That's the first point. Second point we have is this column on the right side. Let's take the 3 rows, right click and merge the cells. Then we have this to be merged. This one also merged. And the last one no need to be merged. Let's enter the sizes or the dimensions over here. You will see that whenever you're selecting the table, down there is a property window, and you will be able to enter your width and height. In case this down property is not visible, go to window and click over property, and this down will appear. It might be placed in this way. You just need to drag it or hold it and drag it down there. Okay, let's select. We have the dimension of this table, so let's put it to be width to be 58%. So just type it with the percentage. Okay. If it is not appearing, we have to type it by ourselves. Yeah, it's not appearing. Let me try for this one. The width is supposed to be 29%. It's working, I think this one. And this one. Supposed to be also 29%. Great. Over here, they're appearing. this one, it's supposed to be 29 plus 29, it should give us 58, so that apparently is supposed to give it, by default supposed to be 58, but anyway we can set it. I just can copy this line and go to this one, and I'm going to put here the column span to be okay, it's not adjustable because it is column span. Okay, I'm just going to leave it for right now. And at least this one, let's try also to put the width to be 42%. Okay, it is applied to it. Okay, it is for this one. I'm just setting it 58. Okay, I'm going to change because anyway, as I mentioned, this is a combination of both columns. Okay, for the next point, great. So question number 3 says use video and source tags to place in cell B the video, which is Tiger MP4. The video must fit with the width of the cell, display an appropriate text-based error message, so don't forget this message, if the browser does not support the video type. So let's go to B. B is supposed to be according to this, the second row on the left side. So it's the second row over here on the right side. On the left side, let's go to insert, and then you can choose to download, to insert a video. So let me check over here. Okay, and what we need to have, let me put this next to it. Okay, so what we need to have is, it needs to fit the cell, and another thing, it needs to display the text-based message. So what we're going to do is one thing, we can remove the controls. Let's put this in a new line, and let's put here that the width is going to be 100%, so it needs to fit that cell of the cell width. If that means that 100% of the whole cell size, so that means it's going to fit, as you can see, the whole cell size. Don't put this number because this is just merely only part of the whole table, but this is as it is inside the cell, so that's supposed to be filling the whole cell. That's 100% of the whole cell size. Okay, so let's put the text message. Right now we're going to put here, first of all, we need to put the source, which is, we still didn't identify it. That's going to be, and then browse to that MP4 file, which is this one. As it is from inside the same file, this is all located inside the same folder, so it can easily just locate it. And another thing, we need to mention the type of the video. It is a video MP4. Okay, and then just that's it. We need to put the message inside over here that this is not supporting, or your browser is not supporting the video file. So we can say, in case it is not appearing, so this message will appear, your browser is not supporting. Okay, the next point, it says place in cell. In cell A, we want to place the banner image. So this is cell A. Let's go over here to cell A and click on insert, and let's go and add the image, or you just can type it if you like to. So this is the banner. And in cell C, we need to put the tiger you saved in the first step. So it's the tiger image. Did I save it? Yes, we saved it right with the PNG number, with the PNG format. So that's supposed to be in cell C, which is on the right side. Okay. This one, and then insert the image and choose the PNG picture. And then we need to insert In E, the monkey's picture, where is E? That's E and that's F. So we have monkey's picture and the opposite side is the elephant's picture. And next to it, supposed to be the elephant's picture. Yes, that one. Okay, let me save it. So let's have a look over here. Okay, just sizes needs to be adjusted. I'm sure they will tell us in the coming points to adjust the sizes. Make sure the aspect ratio is maintained for all the images. Set appropriate alternate text for each image. So let's go and set the appropriate alternate text for each image. Let me just make sure of one point that we have added all the images. And there is a cell here that is empty. That can be probably, yeah, that can probably later for adding some text. Okay, let's add that text for each picture. So let's start from the first picture. So in the alt over here, we can just put, that's a banner. So we can just mention banner with images of elephants. The next picture we can select for the monkey, so we just can put over here monkey's images. Next one is, it's an elephant taking a bath. You can see. Okay. What else we have is, yes, the tiger image we just can mention. Okay, the next part of the question, it says make sure the aspect ratios is appropriate still images and place in cell D contents of the file. Okay, let's open the, so D is supposed to be that empty area mentioned. So let's go to text and copy everything from here. And then let's go to cell D over here. And it's supposed to appear over here. What we need to do over here is display the text. Okay, so we place this, so display this text as 2 paragraphs. So let me see, it is right now seems in 1 paragraph. Okay, so we need to make it into 2 paragraphs and add as a 3rd paragraph is added this point. Okay, so web page edited by and followed with your name, center number and candidate number. Okay, that's the point. And apply style edge to all of the cells. So this is what is going to separate the paragraphs for you. There are different methods, but as they mentioned here, H2. So what we're going to do simply is just going to add H2 for the first paragraph. So that will be our first paragraph. Second paragraph, another H2. And the last paragraph, we're going to add web page your name, candidate number, and center number and candidate number. Let me save this and let's have a look. Okay, you can see 3 paragraphs. Okay, question number 5. Create a hyperlink from the image of elephant to open the web page of this web page. We already have one page over here, this one. So as we click on the elephant's picture, okay, so let me go and locate that elephant's picture, this one. So okay, it was the elephant that taking the bed. So we need to click on it to open that one. So just simply let's go over here and click on it, and then click on insert link, hyperlink, and this is going to open here a link for us, and you can just locate the page. So it's opening this page for us, and make sure that there is no text, but still there will be something to modify over here. So just click on it. Okay, let me, before I click anything else, like in a separate page or anything, nothing mentioned. So just let's click on OK. That's the problem here. It will add a text for you, as you can see over here. So what I'm going to do, this is the image. This image is supposed to be between this link in here. So just simply remove this. Okay, before removing, let me just copy this all href, cut it, and paste it here between the images. And take this part, let's remove this part, we don't need it anymore. And the final part or tag of the a slash or slash a, and put it at the end part of the image. So that will make the image as a link. Save it and check it right now. If you check, as you can see, my cursor is turning into a hand cursor. That means it's a link. Question number 6, create a hyperlink from the image of monkey, another hyperlink, to send an email message to Tess with a subject opening with the support a monkey. Okay, to do this, let's go to the monkey picture. And then we need to go to insert, and we can find more appropriate hyperlink, I think email link. So let me look for it. Yes, we have an email link over here. So I'm just going to put the email. Email is going to be, that's from the old paper. Let me just erase it. So it's going to be tess@cambridge.org. And then you need to put question mark and follow it with the subject. In case you're going to put a subject, your question paper is asking for a subject. So what would be the subject? It's going to be support a monkey. So to put the subject, let's go back again over here, subject, and needs to be equal to the topic. So click on OK. Okay, let me make sure right now it is added between the images. Correct. Okay. The problem is here. This text have been added, so I don't want this text. Instead of that, I want the image to be in between. So simply I'm just going to cut the image and put it instead of this text. Perfect. Let's save it and let's check it whether it's working or not. Refresh it. And then it's supposed to be the monkey's picture. So perfect. It opened for me. And it's supposed to include the text. As you can see, it opened. If yours is set up to open an Outlook or any email inside your computer, so it's going to open a window for you. Otherwise, it's going to ask you to set up for opening it. So anyway, that's working. Let's go to the next point. Attach the style sheet, which is dash.css, to this web page. So okay, for attaching, we usually have to look for the CSS designer. If it is not added here at the corner, so just go to Windows and click over CSS designer. all you need to go and look is the plus sign or add a new CSS source. I'm going to click on the plus sign and attach an existing CSS file. Browse and attach the file that they asked for it, which is this one. Click on it. Alright, it got attached right now. Let me make sure of it, save it. Okay, what happens that the borders have been disappeared. Okay, and let me make sure. Okay, that's the perfect size. Previously I was zooming, that's why it was appearing like this. Let me zoom it back again to the normal size, which is Control 0. As you can see, it's 100%. Okay, let me make sure of the other points. Save your web page. Display the web page in your browser. Take a screenshot of the evidence and take it and paste it in your document. And make sure that all the page can be seen, all the text can be read easily, and the address is also fully visible. Display the HTML source in your editor and take a copy of the HTML and place it in your evidence document. Okay, first of all, let me make sure of the web page is saved. That's the first point, is already saved. Second point, we have to go right now and take a screen capture of this and make sure this address is showing. Okay, there is one thing. You will find out these images do not look like maintaining the aspect ratio. So I went back again here and I found that there is a width and height that have been added to this one. So simply I just need to remove it because it needs to be adjusted automatically, and in the question paper also they did not mention to set any width and height. So simply if you can see something is not appropriate, go and check it and compare it with your question paper. So I'm going to go back right now. I saved it and let's refresh it. As you can see here, it is much better and looking clean and neat. So that's my website. Let's take a screen capture. There is one way I can do by reducing the size. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, so I took the first screen capture and I'm going to put here, that's step number 7. So I'm going to put the first part here. Okay, and then let's take the second part, starting from his below the nose or the mouth. Okay, put it down here. One thing you can do, so whenever you print that out, to look that it is attached, you may remove any space in between. Okay, that's better. It looks great. Save it. Okay, and then they asked us also to make sure that everything is seen, easily read. Let me make sure that it is easily read in case I print it out. Yes, seems okay. The address is fully shown. Yes, the address is supposed to be shown here, as you can see. And display the HTML source in your editor and take a copy of the display the HTML source in your editor. Okay, display it and then take a copy and place it in your evidence document. All right, so copy all, Control C, and let's go and paste it over here. That's still with the same question, so I'm going to say the step 7, evidence. And I prefer to change it to that courier, as it looks like more like a code. Okay. Okay, that's the ending part of the HTML. So if you have any questions or any points, you can put it in the comment section. And I'm going to save everything and we will move to the next paper. So